Straight Talk Sales and Marketing Podcast, episode number 3. Welcome to Straight Talk Sales and Marketing with Janet Clark. Are you ready for more sales, more clients, and more cash flow? This podcast brings you direct, honest conversations with sales and marketing masters each week. Now here is your host, Sales and Marketing Master, Janet Clark.
Hello, we are here on Straight Talk Sales and Marketing. I am your host, Janet Clark, CEO of The Freedom Shift. You are in the right place if you are an entrepreneur and you want more clients. Today's Straight Talk is why you need an online marketing system. We'll discuss what it is and why it's critical to your sales growth. I'll share with you how I used a system to launch my business, The Freedom Shift, and I will explain to you how you can catapult your sales forward by developing a marketing system online for your business. So, let's start with a basic understanding. What is marketing? Okay? Marketing is the act of promoting and selling your products and services. So really, marketing in the broad spectrum does incorporate sales into it. Although a lot of people think about marketing as everything leading up to the sale. But the key to business success is making sales. So to make sales, you have to find prospects. And then you have to really get to know what those prospects need and want. And finally, you need to entice them to buy from you. So this whole process really is the marketing strategy or system. And a good marketing campaign will attract your prospects, address their needs, and continuously communicate the benefits of the services that you offer and position them in a way that makes them more attractive than that of anybody else that's in your niche. Some people call it competition, but I don't really like to think of it as competition. I just like to feel that there's the right solution for everyone. And if you do your job correctly in marketing, people are going to know that you're the right solution for them if you are. But your job is to make sure that you get that word out there to them. So the best way to do that is obviously by creating an online marketing system. Now, when we talk about marketing, traditional marketing would consist of things like print and media advertising, going to networking events, cold calling, doing some kind of direct mail campaign. But what we're talking about today, our focus is going to be on creating an online system which uses, obviously, the internet to do your marketing. So, online marketing, when I looked it up in a Google search, here's what I got. Any tool, strategy, or method of getting the business name out to the public via the internet, and it connects businesses with qualified potential clients. Okay, so we know what online marketing is, on a general sense anyway, and so let's talk about what is a system. The definition of a system is a group of related parts that move or work together. So this would be a group of interdependent items that interact regularly to perform a task. So when I talk about an online system, I'm going to talk about a lot of different components that work together to get your business message out to your prospective clients. So what would I define as the components of an online marketing system? Well, I'm going to go through a list of them that come to mind. And the thing with the internet, as we know, is that new things are emerging on a daily basis. So I may even be missing one or two things here. But generally speaking, the components that would make up the system would be things like an autoresponder, a website, a blog, SEO, which is search engine optimization, YouTube, iTunes, or any other video or audio platform, analytics to measure the results, pay-per-click, CRM, which is the customer relationship management, a shopping cart, webinar platform of some sort, and something else I'm sure that I forgot. But pretty much those are a number of the major components that we would be putting into a system for online marketing. And then on top of those systems or components, we put our strategies. So the strategies would be things like an email marketing campaign, a list building campaign, ebooks, e-courses, webinars, joint ventures, Google ads, Facebook ads, newsletters, membership sites, mastermind groups, live streams, podcasts. So there's all these different things that you can put on top of this system that you create. So we're going to call those the strategies, and we call the system actually the components that make up the system. So let's talk forward and think about what are the benefits of an online marketing system. Well, first of all, there's a great return on your investment. So you can reach large audiences at a fraction of what it would cost you to use any kind of traditional marketing. So you should expect to see a good return on your investment, much higher than other advertising. Secondly, you can automate this. So the system will be able to continuously promote your business and doing it in a way that's automated, which saves a lot of time and a lot of money, obviously. The analytics are really important because you can actually measure the results of what you're doing and make adjustments so that you can get the best bang for your bucks in your marketing. Also, there are multiple ways that you can use the components of a marketing system to create different strategies that you would have to sell different types of products or services. And also, you can target demographics so much easier online. So the consumers that are out there, there's a lot of information out there that we can figure out how best to target that particular niche or demographic that your business is best suited to serve. So let's talk about designing your online marketing system. It's important to recognize that you can't do everything at once. It really becomes a mishmash when you do that, and there needs to be some sort of a process or a plan in place for your marketing. So my recommendation is to begin with the end in mind. So you create a financial plan so that you know what your 12-month sales goals are. And one of the things I find with the internet is that I know traditionally businesses do these 5-year plans and 3-year plans, and that's okay to kind of do that at a high level, but I wouldn't put a lot of energy into long-term plans any more than a year, because we are evolving and changing so rapidly that that plan will become obsolete if you don't redo it in every 12 months. So I would say put together your 12-month financial plan, knowing how many clients you are going to need to meet your goals, how many people enrolling in which programs that you're actually going to promote for that 12-month period. And then you map out a monthly or a quarterly, I prefer quarterly, strategy. Now, the reason why I recommend to do it quarterly is that you really should maximize the benefits of each one of the components and the strategies that you put into place. And if you try to do them too quickly, you're not getting the maximum benefit from them. So, for example, if you're building an email list, it's going to take you 90 days to really do it properly so that you maximize the effect of what you just did and you get the best size list that you possibly can. So what I'd like to do is to tell you how I went, first of all, from 0 to over 6 figures in 12 months. So when I launched the Freedom Shift, I started at ground zero, totally, and I built an email list. That was the first thing that I did. And if you missed the call where I talked about how to create an email list and why it's important to do that, you should go to www.straighttalksalesandmarketing.com, and you should look for, I think it's episode 1 and episode 2, which really kind of digs a little bit into the importance of email marketing and the list. After that first 3 months, in the next quarter, which would have been months 4 to 6, I spent that entire time nurturing and building a relationship with my list. So the first thing I did was I surveyed them to find out what was important to them, where they were at, what level they were at with their business, what was getting in the way for them. And then I started sending out a series of video blogs. Now, the purpose of the video blogs was to continue what I had already done in my list build, which was a video summit. So these people that were on my list had gotten to know me through video. So I wanted to keep that connection going with them. And people really feel like they know you better when they get to see you, even when you make bloopers and stumble over your words a little bit. It's a much deeper connection with people when you use video. And then I did a series of free training webinars, which I promoted, obviously, over email because I had that email list. And those free webinars started to get people to understand what my expertise was, what I was good at, and how I could help them. And the other thing that I did was I offered free strategy calls. Now, the strategy calls were great because when I first started having them, I didn't use them as a selling platform. I really just used them to connect with the people on my list and to build more rapport with them, to learn more about them, and to become closer to them. And it was really fun because in a lot of cases, they felt like they knew me because they had been following me on the video summit and now on the blog. And I shared things on the blog about my life, my kids, my grandkids, where I lived, what was going on in my life. And so they already felt like they knew me. So it was really a chance for me to get to know them. So that took about 3 months. And then months 7 to 9, which was that really the third quarter of my first year, I was able to start developing a program that I knew would serve the needs of the people that were on my list, or a great many of them. Why? Because I had connected with them. I had surveyed them, and I had spoken with a lot of them. So one of the things I did was I offered a free mastermind group. So through the email and through the newsletter that I was sending out, I was able to create this more intimate group of people. I didn't charge for it, so it was another opportunity for people to see that I was willing to give something to them. So I created this mastermind group, and I created my newsletter, which I started sending out on a weekly basis. And then I offered some more free training, and I started to promote my program that I had developed with them in mind, of course. And I did it in more of a, what I call it, the soft approach, soft offer. So I just started to leak out information about this program without any hard sell, without putting the dollar value on it, but just letting them know that I had this solution. And I would continue to offer free strategy calls. So now when I got people on calls, I actually was able to promote a program to them and do it in such a way that made it feel to them like it was really the solution they were looking for. Because it was. It was. There wasn't any tricking going on there. It was totally selling from the heart. So as some of you know who have been around me for a while now, I have a program which I call Sell from the Heart. And it's really about making that connection with people and caring about them and being able to get them to open up a little bit because you opened up to them, and then offering them a program that really gets them to the other side of the problem. So it makes their life better. And it becomes almost a no-brainer that they would want that program and they would want to sign up for it. So as people started signing up for the program and getting into the program, and we were deepening our working relationship together, I added in an affiliate program. Now, the affiliate program pays a referral fee to anyone who refers a client to me. And when you think about it, who is the best salesperson for your business? Other than you, of course, because you know the program inside and out. Well, it's obviously your existing clients, the clients that are in the program and getting a benefit from it, and they know exactly what it is and why other people would want to be in it. So that was really the tipping thing that took it from close to six figures to over the top and well over the six figures. So by the end of 1 year, the business was generating well over $10,000 a month. And that's residual income. So going into the second year, we're already tracking on that. So anybody can do that within their business if they do it with a system. What is today's straight talk? Well, the straight talk is you need a system. You can't fool around. You can't be doing a million things at once and think that you're actually going to get somewhere. I liken it to the whirling dervish, that just keeps turning in circles but doesn't really make any movement forward. And it's really important to take step-by-step approaches. So it doesn't have to all come together right out of the gate. And I really don't even recommend that you build your website before you survey your clients. I mean, it's okay to put a little blog site up there and have some information, some very basic information about who you are, but creating sales pages and putting your programs together and all of that should really wait until you know how you will relate to these people and the way that they're looking for that solution to be packaged. And you will find that out from them. So it's important to understand that it is a process and that it's vital to your business that you invest in the systems and that you recognize that you will get an ROI, return on investment. You will get it. It's just seems hard sometimes for people to put the money in before they're making the money. But if you don't do it, you can't get to that point where you're making the money. So some people will say, well, when I get clients, I'll invest in my systems. And it just doesn't work that way. It's like saying I'm going to open a store, but I'm not going to rent the space and buy the products until I have money coming in from the store. Well, you can't do that. So it's really, really important. This is me, my straight talk here. It's really important to understand that you have to make an investment to build your business. And you also have to make an investment to grow your business. So if you're already at 6 figures and you want to double, triple, or quadruple that, that is absolutely possible with a plan and a system in place to do it. However, there is going to be an investment, and you should be able to see in your plan, in your financial plan, when that investment is going to show a return. And that will give you the comfort to go ahead and make the investment. So my biggest straight talk advice to you is don't even have a business which is setting up marketing systems and doing technology. Don't even think of doing it yourself. Get professional help. Make that investment and get somebody who knows what they're doing. So I hope you will tune in next week. We will be sharing some straight talk tips about selling. And over the next few weeks, I will be interviewing some dynamite entrepreneurs who will be telling you how they took their businesses to 6 and 7 figures and how they sell, what processes they use for marketing, what processes they use for sales. And you're going to learn some great ways to become like super confident and to exude that confidence to the level where you will be able to close 90% of the conversations that you have and turn them into sales. So until next week, I am just sending you all the light and love I can possibly send to you. And I would want to invite you to head on over to www.straighttalksalesandmarketing.com and pick up a free copy of my ebook, Sell from the Heart, if you don't have that yet. And I am Janet Clark, and it has been a pleasure spending time with you today. And until next week, I hope you are filled with lots of light and love. Bye-bye.
And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Straight Talk Sales and Marketing Podcast. Now, hopefully you are ready to go out there and create your very own online marketing system. You know why you need it, and now you're ready to go out there and implement that system. Let us know, where are you? What are you struggling with when creating an online marketing system? You can leave a comment on the show notes page by going to straighttalksalesandmarketing.com/003 for episode number 3. And before we wrap up this episode of the podcast, we just have a couple quick announcements. First of all, if you have not done so yet, please go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, because that makes sure that you get each and every single episode delivered directly to you when we release that episode. Because especially here in these first few weeks of the podcast, we'll be releasing multiple episodes each week, and then we'll be dialing back to a once a week episode delivered every single Monday. So if you have not done so, please go to straighttalksalesandmarketing.com/podcast and subscribe to iTunes on there. And while you do that, why don't you go and sign up for our podcast giveaway, our little podcast launch contest. We're giving away some great packages from Janet Clark, and all you have to do is go to straighttalksalesandmarketing.com/podcast launch and follow the instructions there. There's just 4 quick, easy steps to get entered into that contest. So until next time, it's time for you to go out there and make your shift to financial freedom today.